the best of the week on Relevant Radio.
Jimmy from Atlanta, what can I do for you?
All right, so every time I start to evangelize somebody at work about the Catholic faith, they come back with, that's not possible. You see, the Bible cannot be the basis for all what you're saying because, after all, it was written by men.
He's absolutely correct. The Bible is only useful in the context of the church. He's not going to like that either. The Bible itself says that the church is the pillar and foundation, that we have an institution that's existed for 2,000 years that remembers what Jesus meant by this. We have literature that goes back. Ignatius of Antioch is a person who heard the gospel from people who'd heard it from Jesus. So, yeah, the Bible alone doesn't work very well, but when you have the Bible in line with 2,000 years of consistent teaching, this is a pretty good record of human history. And of course, the Bible is human. We believe it's written by the Holy Spirit through the instrumentality of human beings. These are not the sayings of God. This is the history of the relationship between God and humanity over the course of a couple thousand years. And there's a huge amount of wisdom in it and a huge amount of truth. And it also points out the things that, for instance, Abraham, he did a lot of stupid stuff, but God still loved him. The Bible is the record of the relationship of God with human beings over the course of a couple thousand years. And in the church, we add a couple thousand years of it. This is 4,000 years of research. That is very useful. So if you interpret the Bible on your own without the context of the history and the history of the church, well, the church is just made of men too. Yeah, it's made out of men, and the Holy Spirit has been faithful to the church. You study history, you're much more aware of God being faithful to a church that has often been led by men who are sinful and weak like me. But the history is there nonetheless. If he really wants to know about the scriptures, I really think that William Crocker's book, The Triumph I think it's The Triumph and the Glory of the Catholic Church. It's Triumph. William Crocker's book, Triumph. Have him read that if he's serious about it. He will be amazed at how God has been faithful to the church. So, yeah, the Bible's written by human beings, and the Holy Spirit wrote through them. It's a record of our relationship with God. It goes back to 2,000 years before Christ. And if he's not interested in that, he's not interested in reasonable discussion. Have him listen to this clip, and he can call in. So there you go. God bless you, Jimmy, and thanks for calling in. Like what you just heard? Share it with your family and friends, and thanks for listening.